This is everything you need to know about today's update. Now, first things first, and I want to move away from this topic pretty much forever, the XP glitch still does work. As long as you're taping your controller down and you're taping down that right trigger and your 3 buttons, you should be able to spin around in circles forever inside of LEGO Fortnite and gain an unlimited amount of XP, or the 420,000 XP, every single day. Now, something that happened in a hotfix yesterday was they actually increased the size of a lot of items. So things like wood and granite did already get increased up to 80, which was very nice, but we knew that that happened. But now what Epic did was they made sure that everything else lines up with it. So things like planks can go up past 50 and go all the way up to 80 now. People were asking for these things just to go up to 50, and it looks like they moved all the way up to 80, which is absolutely incredible. That same exact thing goes for your wooden rods, which these also now go up to 80. Now, although I don't have the materials to demonstrate this, knot root rods, flexwood rods, and frost pine rods have all been increased to 50. Now, while that's actually pretty good, they didn't stop there. Things such as granite slabs have been increased all the way up to 80. Sandstone hasn't been touched, neither has marble. However, all of these slabs have been upgraded up to 50. So marble slabs, obsidian slabs, and malachite slabs have all been moved from 30 up to 50. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is newer to these recent 2 updates or if this happened a little bit ago. However, it does seem like now you can go and throw the maximum amount of each product into its own utility, and it'll give you that maximum amount in return. So I could throw 80 wood in there to get 80 wooden rods, 80 wood in there to get 80 planks, or throw the maximum amount of frost pine, flexwood, or knot root and get those rods in return. Same exact thing goes with marble. You could throw 50 marble into here now rather than the old 30 that you put in there before, and you can continue to do this with every single thing that just got an update to the maximum amount. Now, this just kind of made sure that everything makes sense in the game. It was always kind of pointless that you could have 80 wood but not 80 wooden rods, and you could have 50 knot root but only 30 knot root rods. Now it appears like every single thing is now balanced and all makes sense. Now, that's not the only thing that has been changed. The AWR trooper boss inside of the Star Wars caves also got a bump. Now, his health has been nerfed by 28%, so he used to have 242 health. That's moved down to 175, as I guess Epic felt like he was too strong in these caves, and for newer players he definitely was. But now it seems like even more challenging for players that have existed for a while, as his damage from his weapon has increased by 38%. So the DL44 now does 37 damage to you rather than 23, and his melee damage increased by 13%, so now it does 34 damage rather than 30. So making sure that you get him out of the way quickly is obviously the best way to go through these caves. Again, he is able to be killed a little bit faster, but now he does a little bit more damage, so he still is a very tough boss to kill. And you can even see in this clip, he was even difficult for me to kill, and I have 3 regeneration charms with the highest armor and most amount of health. Now, I'll talk about why I believe Epic is working on smaller things like this a little later on. However, the common hunting dagger used to require 6 granite and 4 bones. Now it requires 6 granite and 4 wood, making it a lot easier to carve yourself a common hunting dagger. Now, they didn't work on any other hunting daggers, but they did work on the common health charm, which used to take 3 silk thread, but now take 3 silk. So there's no reason to have a spinning wheel in order to make this. Now, as far as today's bug issues and fixes, something that did change was the amount of villagers that you could have in your world. Now, as you guys know, the maximum was 30, and it still is 30. However, when they added the Star Wars update, 7 of them got taken up by the Star Wars villagers. So unless you already had 30, you weren't able to recruit anybody else because those 7 Star Wars villagers took up a lot of those spots. Now they went ahead and fixed that, and it should be unlocked, so every single one of you that were caught with under 30 in your main world should now be able to recruit at least 7 more villagers into your world, so you have 30 total villagers in the main world along with the 7 that are inside of that Star Wars world. Now, I could definitely be wrong about this, but what I think is happening is that Epic is trying to cater and prepare for the new players that are going to be coming into this game. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we are going to get a Star Wars Part 2, but if we do get a part 2 to Star Wars and they do bring in some of the very popular vehicles that are in the game, as well as some new characters, we will definitely see some new players coming on to play LEGO Star Wars. And then when the Colombo update happens, that is also going to bring in a large audience. And what I believe is happening is Epic is trying their best to make sure that the beginner players and newer players have an easier time adjusting and trying to catch up, and that's why they're making changes to some of the common weapons or charms in this game. They want the game to be a little bit easier when you start off, that way these players don't join, get ready to start playing, and then immediately quit. Now, an absolute beautiful thing about this update is that they didn't patch some of the bugs and glitches that are in the game. Believe it or not, they did release an update specifically to bug fixes and didn't fix some of the glitches. So this was the infinite flying glitch. Then you also still have that pickaxe gliding glitch that has worked since day one, the grapple glitch, every single glitch that has existed in the game since my most recent video about the glitches still work. So they released this update, didn't patch a lot of the glitches in the game, which is still really nice and benefits nearly every single one of us in the process. It doesn't look like any new glitches have happened in the last 2 or 3 updates. It seems like they have kind of worked a little bit better and keeping them down to a minimum. So we still have the grapple glitch, which is nice. We still have the infinite flying glitch, which is really nice. We still have the infinite torch glitch, which is pretty useless, and we then still have that pickaxe glitch, which just allows us to travel much faster. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys noticed in the last update that the merge button has been removed. So if you guys have a lot of poop and you guys want to be able to merge it inside of your chest or your inventory, that button no longer exists. That's been replaced by that pull down arrow that happens in the top of your inventory now, which you can press this and it'll organize your inventory from the most rare of items down to the most common of items. It'll also merge your items for you as well, which is still nice, but again, not as nice as what just the merge tool was, as it will disorganize your inventory depending on what you had it as before. Now keep in mind, we got a hot fix yesterday, a very teeny tiny update earlier today, and then just a few weeks ago, we had more stability fixes. So they have been working on more of the back end type of stuff to make sure that the quality of life is much better for the game. However, we still do have an update on June 11th, which is just 11 days from now. And last time we had an update after a season change, that 0.10 update was a large content update where we got mechanical mayhem. So I'm not trying to get everybody's hopes up and then it be a letdown, but it is very likely that in the next update, we should be seeing a ton of content for LEGO Fortnite.